Hey, groovy people, I'm John. I'm a retired math teacher. I taught math for 36 years to grade school, middle school, high school, and this is a lesson on equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. I have all of your math lessons right here. They're free. MrMathBlog.com. You can find that link in my bio. I have second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, middle school, high school, the whole year on almost all of those classes with test reviews in there. You can go to this other platform right there and subscribe. That would be super cool, you guys. So let's get started, you guys. So we're going to do equations of lines, and it depends on what the slope is. So if given, what's this say? If using the points x1, y1 and x2, y2, then we use our slope formula. We do subtract this y minus this y over this x minus this x. You can do it the other way around. I can do this y minus this y over this x minus this x. That's what these say right here. You just got to make sure the y's are on top. And how I remember that the x's go on the bottom, the x's have two legs and they're more sturdy and they can hold the y's up. The y's don't have two legs, they only have one leg and they'll fall over, so they have to stay on top. So the x's are on bottom to hold up the y's. I know it's dumb, but it helps me remember and it helps students remember, you guys. Okay, so if they give you an equation in standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Now, it doesn't say this here, but these can't be fractions or decimals. Okay, so if they are, then we got to convert it, and I'll show you that in just a little bit, you guys. So, but if it is in standard form, then we always take the opposite of the number in front of x over the number in front of y. We don't care about what c is for the slope. Okay, so opposite this number over this number. So this could be like 5x minus 7y equals 50 or 500 or whatever, but the slope would still be opposite that over that right there. Okay, it's always opposite. Okay, so if they give it to you in slope intercept form, which is probably the method that we're mostly used to, slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b, or point slope form, which is y minus some known y value equals, this is my slope, m times x minus some known x value right there. So if it's in this form or this form, then the number in front of the x's is my slope. That m is my slope right there, okay? And then parallel lines have equal slopes and perpendicular lines have that you flip them, so they're called reciprocals, and it's their opposite signs, so they're opposite reciprocals of each other. And instead of writing out the word parallel, we're going to do these two lines like that, and instead of writing out the word perpendicular, an upside down capital T is our symbol for perpendicular. So this is our symbol for parallel, this is our symbol for perpendicular. I don't want to write out those big words anymore, so I'm not going to. So this one says, write an equation of the line that goes through negative 3, 5. That is A parallel to and B perpendicular to this line, y equals 3x minus 1. Okay, so this is my slope of this line right here. So y equals 3x minus 1. That 3 is the slope. I don't need the minus 1. That's just there to kind of trick us a little bit. So there's my slope. So parallel slope is the same. And this is 3 over 1, so I flip it, make it 1 over 3, and it's opposite. So since that's positive, this is negative. So negative 1/3. Okay, so remember, y equals mx plus b. This is one's going to be, for the parallel one, is going to be y equals 3x plus b. For the perpendicular, it's going to be y equals negative 1/3 x plus b. So here I am right there, and we just got to get b. So I'm going to plug in negative 3 for x on both of these, and then plug in negative 5 for the y's on both of these, and solve for b. Okay, so I'm just substituting in negative 3 for the x's and negative 5 for the y's on both of those right there. And now it's just number crunching. We got to get b. So here I have 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So negative 5 equals negative 9 plus b. Over here, the 3's cancel, the negatives cancel. So this converts to 1 right here. Okay, so I'm going to just do that real quick. So I have that right there. Okay, So to get b here, I'm going to go plus 9, plus 9. Over here, I'm going to go minus 1, minus 1. And we're almost done. We're not done. We still got to get b, and then we got to put it back up into the equation because the direction said write an equation. So this b is going to go up here right there. So this one's going to be y equals 3x plus 4. And then this b right here is going to go right here. So y equals negative 1/3 x minus 6. And that's our answer right there, okay? So there's my parallel equation and my perpendicular equation, okay? All right, let's do one that's in standard form, okay? So this one says, same directions, write an equation of a line that passes through negative 2, 5, that's parallel to and perpendicular to this line, 2x plus 4y equals 11. Okay, so since this is in standard form, we're going to put our answers, I'm going to put them in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, but then we'll convert them to this standard form right here. Okay, remember the slope is opposite a over b. So negative 2 over 4 is our slope, and then we simplify that. I just slid that up right there. So negative 2 over 4 simplifies to negative 1/2. So a parallel line is going to be y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. A perpendicular line is going to be y, flip it over, and you get positive 2 because the perpendicular is opposite reciprocal. So there's my parallel and perpendicular slope. So perpendicular is opposite reciprocal. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing because it's easy to just teach you what we just did. There's other ways to do it, but I'm just going to do the same thing and put them in, get the slope-intercept form, and then we'll convert it to standard form right here. Okay, so here I'm going to get b by plugging in this for x and this for y. So negative 2 is going to go here, and then positive 5 will go here and here. And then we'll solve for b, and then we'll convert them to standard form right there. So there I am substituting in negative 2, 5 into the x and the y into both of those. Okay, so here I have, yeah, that's negative 2. Sorry, my 2's and 5's look similar with backwards with each other. So here a negative times a negative is a positive. Those will cancel each other out, and that's going to get me 1. Over here, I'm going to get positive times a negative is a negative right here. So 2 times, boy, those look like 5's to me. So anyway, there's that right there, and I'm going to get b. So here I'm going to go minus 1 to get 4. Here I'm going to go plus 4 to get 9. Okay, so I'm not done yet. Okay, so there's 4 and 9. So now I'm going to plug in this 9 goes right here, and this 4 goes right here. Okay, those are in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to put those on the next page and convert those back to standard form because it started in standard form, ax plus by equals c. So let's convert these to standard form. So you'll see I have them separated at the top. The first one, I got to get rid of the 1/2 part. I got to get rid of the fraction part because I can't have it. So here's the parallel one. Here's the perpendicular one right here. Let's just deal with this. Okay. Standard form, there's no fraction. So to get rid of this fraction, I'm going to multiply it by 2, but that means everything times 2 times 2 times 2, and that'll get rid of that 1/2 part right there. Okay, so there's that right there. Okay, so 2y is this right here, and then those cancel, and I still have the negative, so negative x, and then here plus 8 right here. Okay, now remember I want to get the x over here, so I'm just going to go plus x. That's all I'm going to do, and that's going to be my equation for the parallel line. Okay, so plus x, and you get x plus 2y equals 8. This one's a little bit easier. I just got to do minus 2x, and I'm going to float the minus 2x over there. So minus 2x, and that's going to get me negative 2x plus y equals 9. I used to have books that insisted that this has to be a positive. So if your book does that, this is a great answer to me, you guys. This is perfect. But if your book wants the a to be positive, then just change the sign. That you're just multiplying both sides by -1. So if they want it to be positive, another correct answer would be positive 2x minus y equals -9. So whatever your teacher is suggesting or your book is suggesting. Okay, guys, there you go. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.